By the year 451 AD, the Roman Empire was no longer a conqueror. It was a dying giant, bleeding from 1,000 cuts. But in the east, a new nightmare had risen. A man they called Flagellum Dei, the Scourge of God, Attila the Hun. He didn't just want gold. He wanted the world. He led an army of 500,000, a screaming tide of Huns, Ostrogoths, and Vandals, sweeping through Gaul like wildfire. Cities burned. Empires trembled. There was only one man standing between Attila and the total collapse of Western civilization. Flavius Aetius, a Roman general who had spent his youth living among the Huns. He knew how they fought. He knew how they thought. And he knew that on the Catalaunian Plains, he would either save Rome or bury it. Attila's invasion was so brutal that it forced the unthinkable. Aetius, the last of the Romans, had to ask for help from the very people who had been sacking Roman cities for decades. The Visigoths. Their king, Theodoric, faced a choice: watch Rome fall and be next, or stand with his ancient enemy. He chose the sword. Together, this alliance of the damned, Romans, Visigoths, and Franks, marched to meet Attila. They found him in the heart of Gaul, on a vast, rolling plain, the Catalaunian Plains. Attila was a master of psychological warfare. He delayed the battle until late afternoon. Why? Because if he lost, darkness would give him a way to escape. Aetius answered with a gamble of his own. He placed his weakest allies, the Alans, directly in the center. He knew they might break. He wanted Attila to charge the center. On the flanks, he placed his killers, Roman legions to the left, Visigoth cavalry to the right. The battle did not begin with a whimper. It began with a roar that shook the earth. The Hun smashed into the center, shattering the Alan line. Attila sensed victory. He pushed deeper, too deep. From the ridges, the Visigoth cavalry descended like a ham.
In the chaos, King Theodoric was thrown from his horse and trampled to death by his own men. But the Visigoths did not retreat. They went mad with rage. They did not fight. They slaughtered. As night fell, the battlefield became a river of blood. Ancient historians claimed the nearby streams ran red and thick. For the first time in his life, Attila was forced to retreat. He pulled back to his camp, circling his wagons, preparing a funeral pyre made of wooden saddles. He intended to burn himself alive rather than be captured. Attila survived the night. And Aetius, ever the politician, let him go. He feared that if the Huns were destroyed, the Visigoths would become too powerful for Rome to survive. It was a cold decision, a calculated one that may have extended Rome's life by only a few decades. 165,000 men died that day. Attila's aura of invincibility was shattered forever. 2 years later, he would be dead, not on a battlefield, but in his bed. Rome would fall, but because of what happened on the Catalaunian Plains, the Western world as we know it survived. History isn't just made by winners. It's made by those who refuse to lose.